wonderful to come talk to you today. I hope everybody is having a good day or a good night. This week I had a neighbor and her granddaughter got married, and my neighbor is over 70 and she had a professional photographer come and take some portraits of she and her family. And the photographer had a lady with him, and this lady did my neighbor's makeup, and it was so interesting. And of course I was a little nosy, and I did ask, you know, what makeup they were using, and it turned out to be the Almay CC cream, and that had never been on my radar, so I was really curious about it. So I asked why this gal was using it on my neighbor. She gave me 3 reasons that she loved using the makeup, and it was because it was a very lightweight texture, almost like a tinted moisturizer, that the makeup has a special color match system to it. So about 20 seconds after you put it on the skin, it sets up to the tone of the person's skin, so you don't see you know, yellow streaks or the face not matching the neck. And she also said that it held up very, very well and did not get shiny. So I thought, well, okay, I'm not 70, but I'm going to go out and I'm going to get it and I'm going to try it, because I thought, oh my goodness, this is such a scoop. And then I'm going to bring you all the good news. I went to Walgreens, and this was $9.99. It is a CC cream. It came in what I saw 4 shades: light, light medium, medium dark, and dark. And I got the light medium, and it is an SPF of 35, so I thought, well, that's really good. So I thought, okay, this is great. It's color matching. How great is that? And it has SPF. How great is that? And it's like a tinted moisturizer, so it's not going to settle into any of your fine lines or pores. And so, I mean, it really had everything going for it. All those promises were wonderful. Plus, I had someone actually, you know, be a witness to it. My first impression of it was that it reminded me a little bit of the Makeup Forever HD, where it goes on really nice and it feels really nice, but you really don't get any coverage. So I decided that I would put on another application, another full application, which I did, and I still didn't get a lot of coverage. What I did get is a wonderful feeling of softness, like I had just put on a wonderful moisturizer. My skin looked very even. The match was perfect. It didn't look like I had any makeup on at all. And I mean, that's good and that's bad, because I feel that the only place that I really love a little bit of coverage is in this area right here, this V. And I went out and I bought the matching concealer. So I had actually put the concealer on first, and then I put on the makeup. Cooper's hair is on the makeup. But if you want a little bit of coverage on your cheeks or anywhere else, this would not be my first choice. I love the SPF of 35. I love the way that it dries, that it sets up. I love that glow. I love that. So there are things that I do really like about it. So I know this review is getting a little incoherent. Does she like it? Does she not like it? To me, the Almay Smart Match Concealer was a complete fail, and I absolutely will be returning that. So I guess from me to you, if you have skin a lot like mine, I would just really skip it. I did try something else that was a little bit more successful, and Laura from Shake Up Makeup has been talking about the Lash-O-Matic from Wet n Wild. And she said it was a lot like wearing false eyelashes. She was so surprised that more people didn't talk about it on YouTube. So, you know, I looked for it for a month, and I was so excited when I finally saw it, and it was only $8. So it is the Lash-O-Matic from Wet n Wild. And it's really cute. There are 2 tubes. There are 3 steps to it. Number 1 is you will use this like a mascara, and it's so lovely because it separates your lashes, and it makes your lashes look so natural. And number 2, you're going to put on the fibers, and I can see where people will get confused and think that this was a primer and to put this on first, but you put the white on second. These are the fibers. And then after you put, and it just looks so pretty. And it just, it just makes your lashes look so long and natural. And then your third step is to put on the mascara. And so I really, really enjoyed it a lot. And so everything that Laura said about it was right. It's a wonderful product. It's a lot of fun. And I think a wonderful point to it is that the longer your lashes, the less you have to spend on eyeliner, because eyeliner and tight lining, our eyes when we're older, at times, sometimes it can be a little harsh or too much or ageist. And putting on false eyelashes sometimes can take a long time. So this is kind of quick and easy, and I loved it. It was so much fun. Certain ladies that I watch on YouTube that I love their videos so much, not just because they recommend great products or great tips on life, but they offer such richness and such tolerance and such an insight into what it's like to grow older. As a woman getting older in the United States, I don't know about other countries, I just know about the United States, that getting older in the States, it's a very youth-oriented culture that we have here. There is a video that I'm going to link below, and it's by Patti, Rockstar Mom. And I can't talk too much about the video because I'll start to cry, and I really do not want to cry in front of the camera. But it is a video she did on becoming beige, and as we grow older, we become invisible. And we also sometimes are a little bit looked down upon, or perhaps that's not the right word, not looked down upon, but we are condescended to. In other words, younger people telling us how we should wear our hair and what eyeshadow we should use, and we can't have a bold lip if we're over, all that stuff. But she goes into it a lot more in depth in that video, and that video meant a lot to me, so I'm going to link it below. And I thank you, Patti, for doing that video. And I am not going to cry. All right. Another video that really struck my heart this last week is a video that my friend Cindy did. Her channel is called Old Broad. But she did a video on what is beauty. And it was so touching and so beautiful. And what had kind of triggered this, what kind of started the ball rolling with this, was Bunny had recently done a video on her teeth and people who make cruel, mean comments about the appearance of her teeth. Bunny is a beautiful young girl. She's probably in the top 20 most successful YouTubers of all time. Her humor and her heart and her beauty is unparalleled. So to actually see that she was being harassed and asked questions about her teeth that aren't perfectly straight was very emotionally heartbreaking to me, and Cindy addressed it in her video. For me, there are two issues going on here with these two videos, and there's the issue of not being perfect at any age. Maybe they don't like your nose, maybe they don't like your chin, or whatever. And then there's the other issue of growing older, and maybe you had model looks and everything was perfect, but as you age, you lose what was once a part of your identity of being an extremely attractive woman, and you're letting go of that. So there are two different issues. One, you're being viewed with a very critical eye, and the other issue is that you're not being viewed at all anymore. And these two subjects are very dear to my heart, and these subjects are something that I think about every single day at the same time. About 20 years ago, I was just turning 40, and I was visiting my mother, and my mother said to me, you know, my neighbor, she doesn't like you. She doesn't think that you come visit me often enough, and she doesn't think you do enough things for me. And I told Marilyn, you know, you just be quiet about my daughter. I know you don't like her, but you just be quiet about her. And I just kind of chuckled. And then my mother said, well, you know, she just never had a good thing to say about you, except she thought you were very pretty. She always said you were pretty. So I'm reminded of that story because, number one, I never felt pretty. And number two, my mother actually felt prideful when she said that. In other words, her neighbor didn't think I was a woman of character, and didn't think I was doing enough for my mother, but the neighbor volunteered that she thought that I was attractive, so therefore my mother was okay with it, because that meant a lot to my mom. That was, from a very young age, she instilled that in me, that you need to really work on your looks. So in my humble opinion, I think, you know, whether we're 20 years old or 40 years old or 80 years old, I think life keeps on moving, and we have to move with it. And if our identity is too wrapped up in how we look on the outside, and if we're feeling invisible to the people around us or the situations around us, then it's up to us to change that. I love my women friends so much, and I admire so many women that make videos on YouTube. And I think the bottom line from so many of them is stand your ground, put your lipstick on, and keep the band playing, because we have so much value and we have so much to offer. And we don't stand for being bullied. We don't have to be perfect. Our beauty is in our individuality, in our flaws. Our beauty is who we are. Whether you know, Bunny at 24 years old or Patti at 72 years old, yeah, I mean, it's all the same. Our beauty is in who we are and what makes us unique. And I always have to remember that, because it is easy to forget it. Aging is the hardest thing that I have ever done. So all I can say is I am so grateful that I get to do it all with you out there, because every single day you all give me so much strength, and I learn from you, and yeah, it just plain old feels good to be surrounded by such love and support and tolerance. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. It means so much to me. So have a wonderful weekend. Have a great brand new week. And when you're done doing all those wonderful things in your life, you come back and see me, okay? Okay.
And all night I stare into that same light, reinventing our life. I wonder where we'd be if nothing would have changed. We'd have stayed the same, never killed the flame. Would we hold our ground if nothing would have changed? Would you take my name, stay through the rain? Would we hold our ground? Could we hold our ground? Could we hold our ground? One and on the other side, parallel to our life, dreaming of a place to hide and find you in another time. Up it comes and down it goes, seeds will die before they grow. If nothing would have changed, we'd have stayed the same, never killed the flame. Would we hold our ground? If nothing would have changed, would you take my name?